What's up everyone, my name is Makira Burns, but I also like to go by Kira, and today's video is just going to be some personal statement tips that you all could use to pretty much develop your personal statements to win scholarships or internships or anything else that you're applying for. These tips that I'm going to give is something that I use for every scholarship that I apply to. I receive over $30,000 in scholarships, and I also receive about 4 or 5 different internship offers since I've been in college, and I'm only a sophomore. So I'm ready to give you guys these tips and help you all in any way. So the first tip would be to be authentic. When you're applying for scholarships and internships, the donors and different programs they want to know who you are, you know. For example, something that I always put into my personal statements is my career choice and why did I choose that. So for example, I want to be a lawyer and a judge in the future, but what drove my passion to become that? You know, growing up in a crime-filled environment or in a low-income community drove my desire to, you know, change policies for these communities. So something like that. So the second tip that I would give you all is to be thorough. You know, this is your personal statement. This is where you get to talk about yourself. You get to brag about all the things that you have accomplished, all the things that you want to do. For example, something that you always want to include is your community work. You know, scholarship donors and internships, you know, they like to pick people who have been leaders in the community and they make a difference and they're selfless. So make sure that you always insert what have you done for the community. The personal statement should be about like 4 to 5 paragraphs. Usually I shoot for 5 kind of medium size paragraphs, so probably about 6 to 7 sentences each paragraph. You know, you don't want to talk too much. Like, be thorough but be concise as well, if that makes sense. You also want to make sure that you are thinking about the question. Think about the question that they are asking you. I always plan before I write a personal statement, so just to make sure that I did not miss anything and no question is being forgotten. So whatever they ask you, make sure you answer that. Now, how you answer that or get to that question is up to you. So typically I'll tell them about myself and my personal experience, and then about that last paragraph I'll probably answer, like if they say, why do you want this scholarship, in the personal statement question, I will say that to the end, why I want that scholarship and how this scholarship will change my life. My third tip would be to make sure you insert the program or the scholarship name that you are applying to. For example, when I applied for the Thurgood Marshall McDonald's Black and Positively Golden Scholarship, I made sure that I said the McDonald's Black and Positively Golden Scholarship would contribute blah 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 to my life. So you don't want to say this scholarship, you know, just address the program that you're speaking to directly, and that really helps. I like to think that that's a little like extra points on your from your personal statement. I don't know why, but I just know it's very important to include that. My fourth tip would be to have a professional look over your work. This is very important because you may think that you have it all together once you're finished. You know, it's such a lot of weight that comes off of your shoulders once you finish. But you always want to have multiple people look over your paper, even if you can't get a professional. Like maybe you can go to a writing center at your university. Like if you can't go there, just make sure you have someone. So like for myself, I like to find people that are very good in English, maybe majored in English in undergrad. I send it to multiple people. I think I send my personal statement to at least 3 people before I turn it in, unless I know that like I really just did the thing on there. But no, even if you think it's perfect, make sure you send it to other people that will take the time to go through your work and wants it as bad as you do. And also, I would recommend that you take at least 1 week to review your work. Let's say you find a scholarship on the 1st. I would review it all the way until the 10th. The more time you have, the better, because you can take more time on it. But yeah, Along with having someone review your work, just make sure that your first paragraph is an attention grabber. You know, something that will make you stand out from others. I typically use my first sentence to talk about how I grew up. You know, I talk about how I grew up in a low income community, and I make it sound very nice. You know, a great thing to do is to use a thesaurus to, you know, change more basic words and make them more complex, and it sounds great together. It really sounds good. So that's another tip. My fifth and final tip is to say how this program or scholarship would affect your life. How will this scholarship contribute to what your plans and what you already have going on? This is very important because scholarships want to know like how this would benefit you. So that's definitely something you always include. Like I said before, I like to save that for my last paragraph because I think it's a great closing, and that's the last thing that they will remember about you from your personal statement. So I just want to thank you guys again for checking out this video. There will definitely be more to come, and if there's something that you would like me to make a video on, just let me know. But if not, just go ahead and check out my website. It is called ignitingscholars.com, and I will put the website down below, and I pretty much help students with their personal statements, interview tips, professional development, and finding scholarships and internships. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and thank you guys again.